Yay. Andrew, okay. So just for the Zoom, for the little recording, I'll say that I'm Sherry and I'm a teacher with Urban Yoga in Palm Springs. I'm subbing for Kristen today. She'll be back next week. So, but if you're on the YouTube, thanks for joining us. We're going to do that very gentle Hatha yoga today, and we'll get into a little bit of everything, including some pranayama, some breathing, and we'll start in a comfortable seat. Maybe that's cross-legged, that's called Sukhasana. I'm going to go back to my mat and demo. I'm going to be sitting in hero's pose, sitting on my heels, and I'm going to use a block. So if you have props at home, they're brilliant. You can use a cushion, those yoga blocks. There you go. I've got the same colored ones. Yep. Yes, they can be used. If you're cross-legged, they can be under the thighs. There you go. I'm coming back. I've got my block here. You can see it. And I'm going to sit in hero's pose, putting the block here, and I sit kind of the heels, are as if I'm sitting on my heels, but I'm really sitting on the block. So not to delve too much into the seat, we'll begin. Yeah. What we're looking for is a nice upright spine. So we're going to take a little time at the beginning of practice to ground, to arrive, to become present for ourselves, for our practice. Put aside the busy day, the thinking mind, and really become present for the asana, for the breath, right here, right now. So in this lovely seat, I like to pull the flesh away from the buttocks, don't be shy. And that gets the sit bones nicely grounded. And up on the prop here, or in your Sukhasana, if you're very flexible at the hips, we're kind of working towards the hips being higher than the knees. So again, so we can have that nice tall spine. And roll the shoulders up, back, and down really deliberately, and maybe feel an opening through the chest, through the heart center, opening up our beautiful hearts. The arms and hands are completely relaxed with the hands resting in the lap. And the head rests right over the spine. You tend to jut out your chin, tuck it in a little bit so we'll feel nice and long through the back of the neck, head in line with the spine. If you're comfortable, you can close the eyes from top to bottom. Here we go. And you can start with a couple of cleansing breaths. That's a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Cleansing breaths are available anytime during the practice as a lovely reset. Maybe close the eyes, seal the lips, and begin to just breathe naturally. That gentle inhale and exhale through the nostrils. No need to manipulate or force the breath. Just be here. Just this inhale, just this exhale. Maybe you notice your body where it makes contact with the earth. Maybe you hear sounds around you, my voice, sounds come and go. Maybe the thinking mind is popping up with lots of thoughts. Future, past, right now. You can let the thoughts be like clouds in the sky, like vapor. Let them come and go. And return the focus to just the inhale. Just the exhale. Let's sit for a few moments like that. As we focus on the breath, past and future melt away. Maybe we cultivate a bit more resilience and equanimity for our beautiful lives. Now let's bring hands together in prayer position at the heart center, Anjali Mudra. We take this pose in honor of the practice, in honor of self-care, in honor of connection and community coming together to support each other. Thanks. Lower the hands, and we'll begin with some gentle movements. Probably you're familiar with this. We're gonna inhale the arms up and overhead, look up. And on the exhale, the palms face out, the arms come down, look down. Continue this movement with the breath leading the way. And you do you. If you want to go faster, get more energy, go for it. If you want to close your eyes and feel the arms and hands moving through space, go for it. If you have a sore shoulder, go with one arm. I've been there, I've done that lots of times. One-armed yoga, it's a thing. Yeah, sometimes those arms overhead and you've got rotator cuff, etc. Okay, so we're gonna lower the arms down. Let's not go there anymore. And we'll take a little twist. Let's take a little one-side side body stretch. So go ahead and bring your right hand down to the mat. And if that arm's good, over the head, yeah, do that. And if that arm hurts, you can just go like this. And press into the hand and feel that side stretch. Yeah. And come on back to center. Go to the other side. And if that's the shoulder that hurts, maybe that's the arm down, but you can still press into your hand and feel the opening through the side. Options, well, always options. And come on back to center. And roll the shoulders up, back and down. Take a cleansing breath. And here's something, let's see, Andy, let's see how this feels. You know, cactus arms, 90-degree angle. That one hurts, okay. Cactus arm, just one arm then. Okay. We're gonna take a back bend from the heart center. And so we don't take back bends from the pelvis because that tweaks the lower back. So on an inhale, just shine, it's really subtle, shine your heart up towards the ceiling, kind of that place where the ceiling and the wall meet. Breathe. We spend so much of our life in, I'm gonna call it cell phone asana. You know, everything's like this. So here we're opening up the heart and come on back to center. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, take another cleansing breath. We're going to take a gentle twist. The right hand will come to the outside of the left thigh. Bring your left hand behind you, right where the tailbone ends, close to the body. So we're not back here. We're going to stay upright and take a twist over the shoulder. And breathe. You can even bring your eyeballs into the corner of the sockets to get an eyeball stretch. As you inhale, you can feel the breath coming up the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale, all the way down, emptying the belly. Bring the face back to center and then come out of the twist. Ta-da, nice. Let's go to the other side. And on the outside of the thigh, the other arm, hand right behind you, right where the tailbone ends. Maybe you just hold on to your pants back here and twist to the other side. Maybe the eyeballs come into the corner of the socket. Breathe. Bring the face back to center, come out of the twist. Lovely. You can roll the shoulders up, back, and down again and breathe. We're going to give our neck a little love. Yeah. So let the arms and hands just relax down by the sides. Let them go. And let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. Yeah. And breathe. We're going to let the gravity and a little bit of time do the work here. You can close your eyes. You can send your breath into that shoulder, the shoulder and the neck here. I'm on the left side of my neck. Just letting it go. If you're finding any tension here, just relax the face and release the jaw and dive into the breath. See where you can soften. Now you can stay right here, or you can walk this hand a little bit away from the body, getting a little more opportunity in space as you breathe. And now finally, everything remains the same, except tuck your chin in a little bit towards the chest, and maybe you'll feel a little bit different stretch along the back side of the neck where that skull meets the neck, that occipital bone. Breathe. Now we're going to bring the other hand, this is my right hand, to the right side of your head and assist your sweet head back to center. Ta-da. And breathe. We'll go to the other side. I'm dropping my left ear towards my left shoulder. Arms and hands are completely relaxed. Dive into the breath. It may feel different on this side because we are not perfectly symmetrical. Just notice, just witness. Stay here, or maybe you walk these fingers, that's my right fingers, a little bit away from the body. Breathe and breathe into it. Finally, tuck your chin in a little bit towards the chest. Maybe you experience a little bit of different stretch. Now my left hand's coming to my left temple, and I'm assisting my precious head back center, lower the arm, roll the shoulders up, back and down, enjoy. Beautiful. Let's come to hands and knees in the tabletop position. Probably been there before. If you're at home and you have a blanket, blanket's brilliant, and a folded blanket like this to pad the knees. Everybody's got bony knees. And I will, here I'm demoing the tabletop, but I also describe the alignment. The knees are right under the hips. The hands are right under the shoulders. Look at your hands. The forefingers point forward. And finally, the triceps roll in. As you roll the triceps in, maybe you notice the arm crease facing forward. That's our beautiful alignment. We'll begin cat and cow. So inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, round the spine, look through the legs. And continue with your breath. We're taking the time to do just a gentle warming up of the spine. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe you notice how the vertebrae are undulating like a wave and the head follows. Just checking in, see how the spine's feeling early in the practice. Gentle warm up. One more note about the hands and the upper body. And the hands are on the mat like this in the tabletop or in the down dog. We're pressing more under the bones of the forefinger and thumb. And reminding that the forefingers are pointing forward and the triceps rolled in. Continue the cat and cow. Beautiful. And now I'm going to offer some options in the tabletop, some just modifications, and have a little fun with it and explore some other movements. And one of them may be like this, where you make circles with the hips. Maybe that's too much on the shoulders, maybe rocking back and forth. And one more option, maybe from the tabletop flat back, you wag the tail and look over the shoulder. It's like this. Wag the tail from side to side and move your head towards the hips. Yes, indeed. Fun in the table. When you feel complete with that, come on back to center, flat back tabletop. We're going to do a little bit of the outer shoulder. I think you'll be okay with this, Andrew. Not just do the one-arm version. So from the tabletop, go ahead and it's a little bit different than normal where we do thread the needle. So I'm going to start with my left arm. I'm going to bring it through, but not come down onto the shoulder, outer shoulder yet. I'm going to reach around with my left hand and grab my right shoulder blade, wrapping my fingers around the shoulder blade. So here I'm going to do it again. Coming through, left hand, right shoulder blade. Yep. And now go ahead and we're going to twist we're getting in the thoracic spine. We're isolating the thoracic spine. So go ahead and just twist to the left. Open up to just twisting the rib cage to the left. See that? I reached around and I'm just twisting like this. Boom, boom, just it's subtle. Isolating the thoracic spine, which is the rib cage. And come back to center. And now on the next inhale, sweep that left arm up. If we do, and then go ahead and thread the needle, coming to the outer left shoulder. The head comes to the mat, relax that left arm, bring your hips into center, thread the needle, and breathe. Yeah, so you're just staying down there like this. On the next inhale, press into your right hand and sweep that left arm up again. And lower down, take a breath. And we'll go to the other side. So I'm diving my right arm through. Right arm's going to come to the left shoulder blade and hold on to that shoulder blade. And then I'm going to twist to the right. Just twisting the spine a little bit to the right. And down, just twisting, boom, this way, to the right. And on the next inhale, sweep that right arm up, dive down, thread the needle, come to the outer right shoulder, the head rests, the arm rests, the hips come into center. Sometimes those hips, for instance, here, we want to splay out to the left. Tuck those hips, the outer hips in towards each other as we open the right outer shoulder and breathe. On the next inhale, pressing into the left hand, sweep the right arm up. If that hurts, just go ahead and open up. Instead of bringing your arm up, just go ahead and open up to the right and bring your body back to center. Beautiful. Lovely. You can bring your arm back down, come back into the tabletop. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's dig it into a little bit of the lower body. So from the tabletop, just step your right foot forward. Right there. Maybe you need an assist. You can have your hand on your ankles, bring that right foot forward. Lift the back knee and scooch it back a little bit. You're coming into the low lunge. Maybe hands are on blocks. Blocks. Imagine another block here. And in the low lunge, you want the right knee right over the ankle and the sternum coming forward. Breathe, getting into the hip flexor here on the left. This can come up to the left. Nice. Yeah. Tailbone drops and sternum comes forward and we breathe. You can stay right here, or if you want to get adventurous, you can bring yourself up. And I'm going to use my hands in a demo, using my hands on my thigh. And as I come up, notice my tailbone drops and my side body gets long. And you can stay right here, pressing firmly into the thigh. You kind of check that you don't want your knee back here or overextended, knee over the ankle. Upright, low lunge. You can stay right here, breathe. Press firmly into the front foot and imagine the outer hips again, energetically pulling in towards each other, kind of like creating nice stability. And you can stay here, or maybe you bring the arms up. Or Andrew, maybe you bring the arms into cactus arms. That's more comfortable for the shoulder. Yeah. And again, another option is to just stay here with the hands on the thigh. Breathe. Beautiful. On the next exhale, the hands come down to frame the front foot. You heel toe your right foot out a little bit and then bring your right knee back to meet the left. Take a few cat and cows while you're in the tabletop again for the reset. Beautiful. Back to the center, flat back, neutral spine. Bring your left foot forward. Inch that right knee back. Check to make sure that the left knee is over the ankle. Here we are in the low lunge. Breathe. You can stay here, or if you want, bring yourself up. You come up, the tailbone drops, side body gets long. We're upright. Press firmly into the front foot. Stay here. Options, arms here, maybe hands stay on the thigh. Choose your adventure. Be kind to your body. Exhale, lower the hands down. We'll stay right here. Inch your left foot forward. Scooch that left foot forward. Then flex the foot, bringing the toes towards the face. So just on the heel. And make sure the hips are into center. Hands can be on blocks. This is half split. Really getting into the hamstring here. On the left side. We'll do the right side up next. Half split. Lower the foot down, step it back in line with the knee over the ankle. Heel toe your foot towards the left edge and bring your knee back to center. Take a breath. We'll do that on the other side. Bring the right foot forward again. Scooch the left knee back. Inch your right foot forward. Come back, come up onto the heel. So toes come back towards the face and the hips come into center. Taking that half split on the right. And breathe. See how I'm looking forward and then my heart is coming forward, chest is coming forward. So my hips not out here, but my hips are in center. Really feeling the hamstring. Maybe you are too. The knees can be bent, you know, but you're really feeling here into the glute. Lower the foot down, step the foot back, bring the right knee back to meet the left knee. Come into the child's pose. Take a little breather here. Yeah. The knees wide, the big toes touch. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, maybe a block under the forehead. I'll demo some options in child's pose. If you want something more vigorous, more energetic, keep the upper arms, the forearms up, roll those triceps in. So here we're really stretching the chest towards the earth. If you want something more gentle, rest the forearms easier on the shoulders. But either way, breathe deeply into the belly. Feel the lower back expand. The back side of the body fills with air. Either way, your heart is melting towards the earth. Child's pose. Lift the forehead, walk the hands under the shoulders, bring yourself up back into the tabletop. Let's try a down dog. So from the tabletop, toes are tucked. Press your hips back, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Reminding you again about the upper body, forefingers pointing forward, triceps rolled in, pressing under the bones of the forefinger and thumb. The head is relaxed, and the sits bones are reaching for the side. Maybe the knees are bent and the heels are up, that's okay. And a lot of people enjoy in a first down dog of the practice to pedal out one leg then the other, bending one knee then the other. Maybe that feels good. Maybe you just settle into the down dog. Take a little breath here and inhale the right leg up and back behind. Bend the knees, step or assist your right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to demo that again. Here's what an assist looks like. I've got my foot here, hand on the ankle, helping my foot forward. Let's come into runner's lunge. Keep the back knee and the back heel lifted as you lower the hips. And as you lower the hips, the knee settles right over the ankle. So not too far forward, not too far back. Runner's lunge. Nice. Beautiful. Hands to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet the left in the down dog. Take one breath. And we'll go to the other side. Left leg up and back. Bend the knee, step or assist the left foot to the top of the mat. As you lower the hips, back knee, back heel stays lifted. Left knee right over the ankle. Reach back through the right leg as much as it's in your practice. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your right foot to the top of the mat to meet the left. We'll come into a forward fold. So I'm going to take a look. Andrew, beautiful. In your forward fold, look at your feet. Your feet are hips distance apart. I'm going to come over here like this so you can see. So my feet are right under my hip stub. The outer edges of my feet are parallel to the edges of my hips. And then coming down. Keep a slight micro bend or more in the knees. Exactly. Activate the front of the thighs. Then you pull up on the front of the thighs. So as we stretch through the back, we have muscle action in the front so we don't overdo it. Yeah. And hands on blocks can be just brilliant. I'm going to go grab it. I need to demo it to you. For those of you at home. So maybe you're right here. And continue to stay active through the front of the thighs. Maybe you can come down here. And the sit bones reach for the sky. Beautiful. Go ahead and let the arms and head hang, bend into the knees, and roll up. As you press into your feet, roll up slowly. One vertebrae stacking on top of the other. Head comes up at last. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Bring your lower ribs in and feel the tailbone drop. I'm going to demo that. Bring the lower ribs in, feel the tailbone drop. You can do that. This is Tadasana. Stacking the bones beautifully. Maybe shine the palms forward. Again, tiny micro bend in the knees, active through the front of the thighs, lower ribs in, tailbone drop, shoulders back down. Mountain pose. A really great, one of my favorites. and really feel yourself standing on the earth, rooting through the feet and rising to the ground. Rooting and rising. And release. So we'll take some standing poses from a standing position. Looking crazy. So we'll start with warrior one. You got blocks, and maybe bring them to the top of the mat. You might use them. We're going to come to Virabhadrasana 1, warrior one. Start with bringing your right foot to the top of the mat, near the right edge of the mat. Let's say, a couple inches in from the right edge of the mat. Heel toe, or take some steps, left foot back till you have a comfortable stride. And notice that my left foot is more towards the left edge of the mat. There's some space between my legs. Bend into the right knee and settle that knee right over the ankle. And I can look at the Zoom and see my knee. Beautiful. Hips are pointed towards that bent leg, arms up over the ears, Or if you've got the shoulder frenzies, maybe cactus arms, maybe a one-armed Virabhadrasana 1, warrior one. This is warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, and breathe. And sometimes here I like to lift and lower my toes, feeling my toes grabbing the sticky mat. And with that lovely placement of the feet, I can allow my torso to be nice and upright and have a nice solid base. Feels good. And breathe. Okay, we'll try something crazy here. Bring your hands into prayer. Bring them down the midline of the body. We're going to take a twist. The left elbow is going to come to the right thigh. And stacking the hands like this. Take a little twist to the right. See how that feels. Yeah. And to come out of it, you can bring your hands to your thigh and walk yourself back up. Back to the warrior one, whichever version of the arms. And breathe. Lovely. Lower the arms, straighten the right leg. Bring your hands to your waist, and with a flat back, take a fold over the straight right leg. Maybe it's just here. Maybe it's down here. Maybe you're able to bring hands to the blocks like this. Pyramid pose. And bring those, again, hug the outer hips in towards each other. Pyramid pose. Really feeling the hamstring again there. Straight leg. Beautiful. Now bend back into that right knee. Bring yourself back up, either by pressing into the foot or walking your hands up back to warrior one. Lower the arms. Heel toe, or step the left foot to the top of the mat to meet the right. And take a cleansing breath. We'll go to the other side. So the left foot is at the top of the mat already, maybe inch it a little bit more towards the left edge of the mat. Step or heel toe the right foot back. It's more towards the right edge of the mat. Bend into the left knee. Choose your arm position. Warrior one on the other side. If the arms are overhead, are the shoulders relaxing down? So I'll demo not this, but this. Oh yeah, let those shoulder blades drop. You can stay right here or bring the hands into prayer, bring them down the midline of the body. Right elbow to the left knee, taking the twist to the left. Maybe it feels different on this side. Okay. Just notice. I'm going to come out of that twist, either pressing into the foot or hands on the thigh to come back up. Lower the arms down, straighten the left leg, bring your hands to your waist, and with a flat back, take a forward fold over your straight. left leg, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Don't let that left hip splay out from the hips into center. Beautiful. Bend into the left knee. Step your right foot forward. Come into a forward fold. Experience that again. Slight bend in the knees. And this time we'll take a reverse swan dive to come out. So on an inhale, arms come up and out, flat back, taking a reverse swan dive, come on up, arms overhead, bring them down the midline of the body, and release. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely. We'll come into warrior two from a standing position, easy peasy. And again, maybe have blocks handy, top of the mat. Yeah, here on the right. So bring your right foot, this time the right foot comes to the top of the mat, to the very center of the mat. Heel toe or step your left foot back. And this time, both the right heel and the left arch are exactly in the middle of the mat. So we have heel to arch alignment. Go ahead and bend into the right knee. And very deliberately bring your hips towards the open part of the body. Arms out from the shoulders, palms facing down. Look how my arms are even, not one here. And look out over your right hand. You okay with that, Andrew? Okay. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Love it, love it, love it. Peaceful warrior. And breathe. So with our legs in alignment here, it allows for the hips to be towards the open part of the body and allows for the torso to be upright. And breathe. Okay, let's take reverse warrior. Let that left arm relax and do nothing. Flip the right palm up. Inhale the right arm over the ear as continue to bend into the right knee. And I like to again explain in these side bends to not collapse through that side. We're coming up and out of the waist, maybe activating a little bit of muscle action here in the left waist for balance, so we don't overstretch. On an inhale, come on back up to warrior two. Beautiful. And while we're here, inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, the right side body comes up and out over that right leg. Gonna bring the right arm down, left arm up, triangle pose. Maybe you have a block under the right hand, under the shoulder, on the outside of the right leg. Looks like this. On the highest setting, and maybe it's a little support helping you to open up that heart towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Imagine you could roll the right hip under. And inhale, come on back up, then back into the right knee, warrior two. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the right leg. Let's step the left foot, maybe heel toe, or step the left foot to the top of the mat, from where we started. Then I'm just going to turn around and demo from over here. If you enjoy the block in triangle, put it to the outside of your left leg. And here we're going to do warrior two on the left side. The left foot at the center of the mat, at the top of the mat. Right foot steps back to a comfortable stride. Find your heel to arch alignment. Bend into the left knee. Organize those hips forward. Arms out from the shoulders. Palms down. Look out over the left hand. Beautiful. And breathe. And if it's available, relax the right arm down, lift the left palm, reverse. If that's no good, you can do it like this. Yep. Still feeling that nice opening. Inhale back to warrior two, reestablish the pose. Next, inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, the side body comes out, up and out over that extended leg, bringing the left arm down, right arm up. Maybe you find that block on the outside of the leg. It's right under the shoulder. Support. And inhale, bring yourself back up, come back into warrior two. Exhale, the arms down, straighten the left leg, bring your toes forward. Boom. Nice. Now we're in a wide-legged stance. Look at your feet, make sure that the toes are parallel. And in a wide-legged forward fold, we bring the heels out, toes in, a little bit pigeon toe. And I'm going to demo with blocks too. So again here, tiny micro bend in the knees so we don't block out those knee joints. Don't want to put stress on them. Activate the front of the thighs, pull up on the front of the thighs. Bring your hands to the waist and with a flat back, take a forward fold. And so let's see where we're going. Maybe hands on blocks, right under the shoulders. Let the head relax. Nice. Stay active through the front of the legs as you stretch through the back. The forward folds are calming to the body to really activate that parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest system. And then befriend is another expression for it. Beautiful. On the next inhale, come to a halfway lift, flat back. Maybe it looks like this. We're looking at the floor, back is flat. And a little bit of energy here. Bring the hands to the waist, press into the feet, and with a flat back, come up to rise. Ta-da! Beautiful. Heel toe to feet in. And let's take a yogic squat if that's in your practice. The feet are wider than hips distance, and this time the heels are out, and the heels are in and the toes are out. Boom, opposite. Hands in prayer. Bring your buttocks down. Find your version. Yeah, if the heels are up, you might try to bring your feet further apart. Putting up the feet a little bit more. And it's really handy how the elbows can help open up the inner thighs. And when you've had enough of that, bring your hands behind you, come down onto the buttocks gently. Bring your feet out in front. Feet are in line with the hips and the hands behind. Just go ahead and gently rock the knees from side to side, getting a glute massage. And back to center. Lovely, lovely. I'm going to demo a really simple way to take an inversion that's very gentle with a block. And if you're at home and you don't have a block, you can do legs up the wall, but take an inversion without having to do anything crazy like shoulder stand or headstand or handstand. There's ways to get an inversion that are very gentle. So this one I'm going to demo with a block. Let's come on down to the back, the block nearby. Knees are bent, and we're going to just start with a little bit of lower back release and self-massage. So bring the knees into the chest, hands are on the kneecaps, and you can rock from side to side. Maybe that feels good. Another option, make circles with the knees. We're massaging the lower back and getting a lower back release. You're circling, you circle the other direction. So just curiosity, explore what feels good for the lower back right now. When you're complete with that, bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. And you can see me okay? When I'm laying down? Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so with the feet on the mat, knees bent, get your block handy. We're going to bring the sacrum to the flat side of the block. And I just want to describe the sacrum. I'm going to press into my feet, lift my hips, and place the block. It's not up on the spine. It's not down in the buttocks. It is that sweet spot, and you can wiggle around and find it, that sweet spot that feels like a ledge when you lower your hips down to it. And myself, I'm maybe just because I'm short enough, I reach down with my arms and grab the edges of the block and roll my shoulder blades under. And that just feels pretty darn good. This is a supported bridge post. So we're taking a very gentle back bend with the support of the block. And you can stay here for a few breaths and feel that. Lovely. Maybe some of those delicious cleansing breaths. And now we'll go for the inversion. Again, it shouldn't feel pinching or uncomfortable. It should feel nicely supported. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest, straighten the legs, stamping the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. And I've got active legs here. I'm again activating the front of the thighs and pushing out through the balls of the feet. And voila, we are in an inversion, nicely supported. I'm just going to pop up and take a look at Andrew. Sure. Looks good. Yeah. So I'm just going to offer some options here. You can begin to make circles with your feet. Yep. Getting a little action into the ankles. Circle, circle. And then reverse. Circling it, yeah. Sometimes it's like, wow, it feels weird to go this other way. And then another option is to point and flex the feet and really exaggerating, especially on that pointing, because I think we have some really tender nerve endings on the front of the feet. We don't tend to stretch the front of the feet like that. Nice. You feel complete with that. Hold again. Just flex feet. Open still. Beautiful. And now we can get a little try something a little different here in the inversion. Come back up. You can, with the flat, flex feet, stamping the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, then open up the legs into a big wide V. Get a little inner thigh stretch and see how that feels. And when you're ready, bring the legs back to center. Hallelujah. Those muscles on the inner thighs. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the feet down to the mat. Beautiful. Feet are on the mat, knees bent. Press into your feet, lift the hips a couple of inches and remove the block. Lower the tailbone down to the mat. When the tailbone lands, bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees fall open. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. And I'm going to find my block. I'm going to demo that Supta Baddha Konasana with blocks right under the thighs. It feels really supportive. And just rest in the Supta Baddha Konasana as we equalize the sacrum after those back bends. You can bring your left hand up towards the heart, and the right hand can rest on the belly. And then just take a little time to feel your body breathing. Gentle rise, fall, chest, belly. It's also known as butterfly pose. Butterfly pose makes me think of balance and transformation. I think that's one of the gifts of yoga, balance and transformation. And bring your hands to the outer thighs and assist to the knees, back to center, the feet flat on the mat. And we'll take just some simple twists while we're down here. So bring your knees deeply into the chest. Your left hand comes to the outer right knee and assist both knees to the left. Let the knees land. If they don't land, maybe put a block under your knee there. It's really nice. If your knees don't land and they're just hanging out there, it's really hard to relax and soften. But if the body has a place to land, maybe we can again activate that parasympathetic nervous system. Feel safer. We're not in the fight and flight mode. So just soften into the twist and breathe. Inhale, bring both knees back to center and go to the other side. So maybe the right hand is on the outside of the left knee. And if those legs don't land, maybe put a block under the lower leg to have a place to land, soften, relax. Inhale, bring both knees back to center and come into happy baby. I'm going to demo a few ways to do the happy baby. Some people do it like this. So what we're looking at in my head is relaxing. The knees coming towards the armpits as you stamp the soles with the feet up towards the ceiling. Maybe you hold on to the outer feet, but if your tailbone is way up and you're up on your spine, that's not good. We want that tailbone to drop. So maybe you hold on to the outer ankles or the calves. And one more option, I'm such a nerd. Maybe you bring the wrists under your knees, behind your knees, and then let the legs flop. That's also happy baby. And really what we're doing in happy baby at the end of practice is equalizing the sacrum before we come into Shavasana. So find your most beneficial version of happy baby. I see a lot of people like to rock and roll and happy baby. That's fine. But at some point, let it settle. Let it land. And imagine you can melt the tailbone down towards the mat. And this is a lovely time to breathe deeply into the belly. Inhale deeply and exhale completely.
If you could prepare one slice of sandwich for me without toasting.
Without what?
Without toasting.
Release the happy baby and bring your knees all the way into the chest. Yeah. Wrap your arms around your legs. And on an inhale, bring your forehead up to your knees and give your body a hug in gratitude and appreciation for the precious vessel. Exhale, let it all go. Shavasana looks like this, gang. I like to roll the shoulder blades under. I like to pull the flesh down from my waist to my buttocks to get that lower back nicely grounded. Little around, find ease, find comfort, find safety and peace. This is the most important pose of the practice, nowhere to go and nothing to do. So Please enjoy Shavasana for a few minutes until I call you back. Om Shanti, 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 peace. Gently begin to deepen the breath. Explore some tiny movements like moving your toes or fingers, rocking your head inside. Completely coming back. Gently coming back. Feels good. Take a full body stretch. Yep, and when you're ready, come on up to a comfortable. Thank you so much for joining me today, Andrew. It's a pleasure to practice with you. The light in me sees and knows the light in you. Namaste. Yes. And thanks everybody else out there in YouTube land. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Take care.